Hi guys, so in this video, this is going to be part 2 of our old Tom appreciation build. We are going to we're going to finish out the chassis in this one and then move on to the interior. So I've got all of the parts laid out here, you can see. And when we get to the end of this part, I'll talk a little bit about what we've all gotten done. So let me get this camera switched around to time-lapse mode, and we will get busy putting the rest of the chassis together, and then getting the interior put together. So you guys hang on. Okay, everybody, so here's what we where we ended up for this time around. We did get the steering box in. That should have gone in on the last part, but I forgot about it. So we got that done. We got our frame bars in here, the front and the rear, and these were chrome, just chrome in the kit. So I decided, to do something a little more substantial, and I had some brass rod, so I just cut a couple of pieces of brass rod to go in there for that. Flip it over here. So we got the stabilizer bars on the back here, and then we got the linkage and the radius rods on, and I'm not sure how well it shows up on the time lapse, but man, I struggled. I struggled with the stabilizer bar, with the radius rods and the steering linkage, because the instructions just are not very clear about what goes where. And I don't build these a lot, so I'm not that familiar with how everything goes together. So that was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it done, and I'm pretty sure everything's in the right place. It did, and actually in the instructions, it almost kind of showed. It almost looked like that the radius rods, the way they had them drawn, were backwards. But we finally got all of that worked out, and everything's in there the way it's supposed to go, I think. So there's all of that as far as the chassis goes. And then we got our interior done. Did something a little bit different this time. Of course, the interior floor and everything are just flat black. But so then the kind of this tan color that you see on the seats and the door panels, this is, I can find the color that I used. I think it was, it was this Tamiya XF60, the dark yellow. And then for the black on the seats and the door cards, I kind of wanted to try something that would give it a little bit of texture. And so what I did is I've got a little bit left in this Plastidip can, and this is the black, so I just sprayed it with that, and it turned out really nice. And it's got a little bit of almost like a vinyl feel to it. So that's what we did on that. And then of course we got our steering wheel, steering column. I'm not sure how well I can get in on this, but you can see we did some detail work around the dials, or around the gauges, and the gauges actually glued in from the back, and I'm sure you saw that in the time lapse. So so all of the interior is done, and so the next thing to do is, I believe, we're gonna install mount the engine on the frame, get the headers in, get them linked up to the exhaust, and go from there. And then basically the rest of it's going to be all body and exterior work. So that is where we are on this build for Mr. Tom, old Tom over at Rambler69. Having a lot of fun with it. Hope you're enjoying watching the build. And we will sign off for this time around. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on the next one. Y'all take care. Talk to you later. Bye.